10:10 Bible Study. Jump into the Word with us.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Will. We just got done with Underground. You guys should definitely check out Underground. It's on Tuesdays from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the church. You should come. Underground is back in session. Join us. It's a lot of fun. But that's not what you came for. You came for another 10:10 Bible study. And the book of 1 Corinthians 13 ends like this. There are three things that will endure: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. And I feel like it's interesting that this chapter ends this way because it talks about not loving in this chapter. You've also probably heard this chapter in several other ways where it talks about love is patient, love is kind, if you've ever been to a wedding. Or it talks about the fact that when I was a child, I acted like a child, but then I put away childish things. Or it talks about, I can speak with the tongue of angels, but if I don't have love, then I'm, clanging gong. And the reality is that when it comes down to our walk with God, when it comes down to being a believer, if we don't love, we are wasting our time. We're wasting God's time. It talks about this in verse 1. If I could speak in any language in the heavens or on earth, but didn't have love, I would only be making meaningless noise like a loud gong or clanging cymbal. And then it goes on and talking about I could have the gift of prophecy. And if I knew all the mysteries of the future and knew everything about everything but didn't love others, what good would I be? And if I had the gift of faith so that I could speak to a mountain and make it move but didn't love, without love, I would be no good to anybody. And again, so love is difficult. It's a hard thing, but it's important, and it talks about what love is. We probably asked that question a million times, and, it talks about how love is patient and kind. It's not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. Love does not demand its own way. Love is not irritable, and it keeps no record of when it has been wronged. It is never glad about injustice, but rejoices when the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith. It always is hopeful and endures through every circumstance. And I basically just read the whole chapter right there, but the reality is that our relationship with God, this whole being a Christian thing, boils down to two things. It doesn't matter about us going to church every Sunday. It doesn't matter about us, being good people. It doesn't matter about, if we volunteer in all these different ministries, or if we give time to people, or if we can tell people where Bible verses are. If we do not love God and we do not love people, we are not Christians. And that is hard, because when we love God, we follow his commandments. When we love others, we put our selfish desires and our selfish thoughts aside, and we consider the bigger picture. That's hard in 2020, right? Lots of people have different thoughts, different opinions. Lots of people read the Bible and we don't like what we see. But the reality is that we have a God who loves us, and loves us despite of our stupidity. And we're called to love him regardless of what we feel, and that's hard. And we're also called to love people. We're called to love people we love, and people that we don't love, and people that we hate. But the reality is we're called to love. And so, guys, this week, if you can do nothing else, try to work on loving people. Read 1 Corinthians 13 and learn what love is, and be love. Stop pretending to be a Christian. Stop pretending to be anything else, because God knows your heart and knows who you're really loving, because he's called you to love God and love people. And that is 10:10 Bible Study. Y'all have a good night or morning whenever you watch this.
10:10 Bible Study. Jump into the Word with us.